All right, people, we need your support. This channel exists because you believe in our stories. We're not funded by big corporations. We're not bought by special interests. We're independent for the people, by the people. And we're here to speak the truth of our communities across the country. Every story we bring to you about injustices, about our culture, about what's really going on in our neighborhood is powered by us and hopefully now by you. We're asking every single viewer who values what we're doing here to help us stay independent. If just a few of you would donate $2 to $5, it'll make a huge difference. It's easy. You could send support through Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle. Your donation doesn't just keep the lights on, it keeps our voices strong. We're not just another YouTube channel. We're your news, we're your platform, we're your movement. So if you rock with us, if you believe in independent Latino media, drop $2, $3, or $5 today. Thank you so much for watching, supporting, and standing with us. We're just getting started. Let's grow together. We are live now? Yes. All right, let's rock and roll, man. How's everybody doing today? First and foremost, all praise to God. This could not be possible if it wasn't for the man upstairs, man. And I'd like to thank some of the subscribers out there that are helping us, stay independent and send some, some donations over to our Cash App. We got Alex Sanchez, appreciate you. Silvano Madera, appreciate you. Elias Serrano, appreciate you. Alvaro Garcia, appreciate you, man. That is what helps, keeps the lights on here, keeps us independent. We are, we're sitting here. We've been doing this for years, and it's thanks to people like yourselves who are actually, donating $2, $3, whatever it is. It all helps out, keeps the lights on for you. We're trying to give Chris a raise over here, isn't that right, Chris?
That's right.
That's right. Hope everybody's well. Yeah, Chad Bianco will be coming next week, man. Next week is the 7th or no? Or the week after?
I think the week after.
The week after, right? So, okay, so you've got about 2 weeks for Chad Bianco to come in. I've got a lot of good questions for the gentleman, and it should be a fun one for me. But let's get down to business, man. I think the first one we're gonna speak of right now is going to be one that should, just bother everyone. Doesn't matter what race you are, what color, what creed, what religion you are. I want to talk about Narisco Barranca. Narisco Barranca is the father of that young man there, and he's there with his 3 sons. His 3 sons, unbeknown to the ICE agents who put a beat down on this guy, are Marines. And Chris, could you play that video for us, please? I want to show you the video of this gentleman getting treated like a common, not even common, like a murderer, like a rapist, like a killer. And all he was doing was cutting the lawn, doing the gardening at I forgot what store it was at, but he was doing his job. And then you got these guys who are not identifying themselves, running up on people, beating people up. And let me show you what these guys did to this father of 3 Marines.
It goes on and on. It's excruciating to watch. That man has a name. His name is Narciso Barranco. One of his sons, Alejandro, told the Orange County Register that his dad, who was just beaten and arrested and put in the back of that car, has no criminal record. His dad works as a landscaper. He was working outside of an IHOP when he was approached by several masked men. We saw them in the video. He was terrified, according to his son, so he began to run toward his truck to grab his ID before those men that you saw in the video threw him to the ground. The LA Times adds this reporting that Barranco was then, quote, pepper sprayed and beaten, and that his shoulder was dislocated. After speaking with him Sunday at about 6 p.m., his son, Alejandro, said his father had not received medical treatment, food, or water after more than 24 hours in a detention facility in Los Angeles. Quote, I don't think it was just. I don't think it was fair, he said of the use of force against his father. Quote, I don't think they need 4 200-pound plus guys to hold down a 5'6" or 5'7", 150-pound guy.
At this point, what's going on is they're just plain and simply being bullies. There's no other explanation. But this is a perfect example of what's wrong with the policy with ICE, with DHS, with the federal government right now. They're attacking a man who has 3, not 1, not 2, but count them, 3 sons, whether formerly or currently in the Marines. So now we're coming to a point in America's history where you have young men enlisting, thinking, no, they're doing the right thing. They're going to go for the United States. They're fighting for their country, but this is how their country's repaying them. And unfortunately, too many people don't see that man and see their father, because maybe their father is a blonde hair, blue-eyed guy. Maybe their father is an African American. Maybe their father's some other European guy. So it doesn't relate to you at home. And it's also ironic that many of the same people, and I see them a lot on my Instagram, that are always saying, that's what I voted for. Deport them all. Who cares? It's ironic because it's usually the same rednecks, and I mean this respectfully, not disrespectfully, the same rednecks, the same white boys, the same hillbillies, the same people from the South that hate the federal government getting involved in their business, that hate the federal government going into their farms and telling them what they can and can't grow, that hate the federal government going and peeking around and seeing everything they're doing. You have militia after militia that hates the federal government, but now you have the federal government masked up and running through our city out here. You think they'll stop at us? No, man, they're just getting started, player. They're just getting started. But the United States government should be ashamed of themselves. I should be ashamed of themselves. This whole administration should be ashamed of themselves when you have a father with 3 boys in the Marines, or were in the Marines, have served their country, and this is the way their country repays them? Nah, man, this is bull at best, man. That's one. We'll take we're gonna do a few segments here, and then after that, we'll take some phone calls on it and see what what you guys think. Let's go to, what do you want, Chris? You pick, man. You're the guy of the day.
Dodgers.
Oh, man, let's go. Let's go, Dodgers. Let's go, Dodgers, right? No, we're not taking no phone calls right now. Stop. We're not taking any phone calls right now. Let the segments go through. Or how about, what? Give us super chats. Hey, give them a call. Because these bills are piling up, people. We need your help over here, man. So let's go. The Dodgers, and when I say Mexicans right now, I mean all Latinos, bro. So don't get your panties in a bunch. Say, oh my God, Gil, you're coming after the Mexicans. Nah, you're quick to cry about that, but you're okay with the Dodgers staying silent, right? The Dodgers released a small statement on Twitter. I think there's another picture I sent you, Chris. And then, yeah, go ahead and read that out there for us, my friend.
All right. In partnership with the city of Los Angeles, the Dodgers have committed $1 million toward direct financial assistance for families of immigrants impacted by the recent events in the region. Additional community efforts to be announced in the coming days.
So now I get people on my Instagram sending me this, right? And they're so proud, bro. You see, Gil, the Dodgers stood up. The Dodgers did the right thing. Ay, qué pendejos son ustedes, hombre. Qué pendejos. Y qué pinche barato son ustedes. Se venden por $1 million. ¿Verdad? This, you can take the Dodger tweet down and put this guy up there, Chris. And then I want you to read what the main owner, Mark Walzer family, has done. First, go ahead, Chris. Give him that one. Actually, should we do the Palisades first? I'll let you guys know. To the Palisades fire victims, the poor Palisades who have no money, he gave them $100 million. All right? $100 million he gave to the families of the wildfire That's a great thing, right? Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I don't see anything wrong with that. $100 million, people. He gave you, pendejos, $1 million, and you're all happy with it. Otra vez, pinche vatos baratos. You're sold out for, and that's the problem with us. We're so quick to sell out for the cheapest shit. Know your worth, people. Know your worth. They make that in one game at Dodger Stadium. Know your damn worth. You're selling out for $1 million, but just because they're the Dodgers, oh my God, I can't say anything. So go ahead and give us what else he donated to in 2018.
All right. It says Walter, a billionaire, investor, and philanthropist, founded the Walter Family Foundation in 2014. And according to nonprofit financial records, the foundation gave more than $7 million to Chimp Haven, a Keithville-based animal sanctuary between 2018 and 2019.
You can't make this stuff up. This fool gave $7 million to the chimpanzees. All right, $7 million. And to you Dodger fans, he gave you $1 million. Ustedes están más baratos que los pinches changos. All right? He's got more love for the fucking chimps than he does for his own fan base. Think about that. To fucking chimps, bro, literal chimps, he gave $7 million. $7 million, and with no sweat. It wasn't where somebody's pressing up on him like we supposedly did. And he sat there and said, oh, them fucking guys, here you go. Here's $1 million. Pinche bola de pendejos. Because that's exactly what it is, bro. It's fucking spitting in your face. It's like somebody who disrespected the shit out of your family, has called your wife this, your grandma this, you're that. And then you go press up on him and the guy says, ¿Sabes qué? Here's $10, bro. Shut the fuck up. Here's $10. Shut the fuck up. They just bought the Lakers for $10 billion. But for $1 measly million, oh no, we're good, bro. We're good. That's the problem with you guys. You guys don't know your worth. You guys don't know your power. You're selling out for $1 million in a few words. That's it. With that, oh, we're great, Gil. We can go back and support the Dodgers. Well, the Dodgers don't support you. I hate to break the news to you, brother. $7 million to the chimps, fool. But he gave $1 million to the chumps, which is us. You figure it out, man. Let's go to the next one, Chris. You guys are pissing me off today, bro. What do we got next, man?
You want to do Tulsi?
Mm-hmm. Let's do Tulsi Gabbard, man. They gave $7 million to the chimps and gave $1 million to the chumps. And we the chumps, homie. So this is the clip of Tulsi Gabbard. This was in March, I want to say at a congressional hearing where she is speaking about Iran and their nuclear program. And it's pretty interesting that, what is it? 2 months later, 3 months later, all of a sudden it's, they got the nuke or they're coming for the nuke, Chris? All right, Miss Chris getting the clip prepared for you guys.
Also present a serious threat to U.S. networks and data. The IC continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program that he suspended in 2003. The IC continues to monitor closely if Tehran decides to reauthorize its nuclear weapons program. In the past year, we've seen an erosion of a decades-long taboo in Iran on discussing nuclear weapons in public, likely emboldening nuclear weapons advocates within Iran's decision-making apparatus. Iran's enriched uranium stockpile is at its highest levels and is unprecedented for a state without nuclear weapons. Iran's cyber operations and capabilities also
Tulsi
present
Gabbard,
a serious threat to
the
U.S. networks
director
and data.
of intelligence. Her job is to get all the intelligence around the world about everybody. And she came in there and testified in March. They are not seeking a nuclear weapon. There is zero chance that Iran wants a weapon. It's not happening at all. Fast forward, now that Israel won that war, all of a sudden they're asking Trompito, and he said, oh, no, she was wrong. She had no clue what was going on. Well, she is the intelligence director. If anybody knows, she knows. And I would thought Tulsi Gabbard had much more backbone, but she's a coward. because now she folded like a cheap lawn chair. And all of a sudden she's saying, oh no, I was incorrect. Instead of standing by what she said and said, no, what you should have done was you should have resigned. That's what you do when your president just throws you under the bus. Because if not, if this would have escalated a lot more, it could have been on her, because she's sitting here not stepping up, and she's in there not to be a yes man, but unfortunately that's what's going on right now. We got a bunch of yes men, and she broke it down. The good news is right now that they're saying there's a ceasefire, even though 2 days ago or a day ago, a ceasefire is out of the question. They're trying to get nukes. If they were really that dangerous to us in the world, would we be talking about a ceasefire? No, bro. It's like we're always so ready to go send people to fight other people's wars. We're sitting here backing up a country because 2,000 years ago, it was their country. But yet we are deporting here people who 200 years ago, it was their country. We're not saying we want the country back. We were saying you should treat these people with respect. And that's just not what's happening right now in today's America, bro. And I think it's a horrible thing. We got one more in there. We got the Tucker, and then we'll open up the phone lines. I heard it was. What's up, Grumps? What's going on, chat? Hope everybody's good out there. Oh, this fucking clown right here, bro. Ted Cruz.
Well, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. And from my perspective, I want to be on the blessing side of things.
Of those who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of it, it says the nation of Israel. So that's in the Bible. As a Christian, I believe that.
Where is that?
I can find it to you. I don't have the scripture off the tip of my... You pull out the phone and use...
It's in Genesis. But so you're quoting a Bible phrase. You don't have context for it. You don't know where in the Bible it is, but that's like your theology? I'm confused. What does that even mean?
Tucker.
I'm a Christian. I want to know what you're talking about.
Okay. Biblically, we are commanded to support Israel.
We are commanded as Christians to support the government of Israel?
We are commanded to support Israel.
So that's what Genesis, that's what God is talking about.
The nation of Israel, yes.
And so is that the current borders, the current leadership? He's talking about the political entity called Israel?
He's talking about the nation of Israel. Yeah,
this is silly. I'm talking about the political entity of modern Israel.
Yes, and that is
You
that is
believe
Israel.
That's what God was talking about
Yes.
in Genesis.
I do, but
that country's existed since when?
Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught.
So we are commanded, Chris. You followed the Bible quite a bit. You know it pretty good. Are we commanded to save Israel, bro?
Well, Israel, as they were known then, just didn't exist. They were tribes. It wasn't like a country like it is
So
today.
would
Completely
you
different
say
context.
would you say this is a perversion of the Bible just to get?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the sad part, people, that most of you guys don't know is 95% of Congress thinks like this. The senators think like this. Think about this real quick. You can't get Democrats or Republicans to agree on immigration. You can't get Democrats or Republicans to agree on health care. You can't get Democrats or Republicans to agree on anything. But if you bring up Israel, they will stand in line and agree to go to war, agree to send your kids over there. And this is insane, bro. This is the insanity. We thought he was coming to break this, but Trompito's falling right in line, bro. Right in line with the rest of them. And that doesn't say a lot for us as a nation. Let's get the phone lines going up there real quick, Chris. And while we're waiting for the phone lines, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, SoCal Tattoos out of Tarzana, California. Google them up, SoCal Tattoos, and Rockstar Plumbing out of Chatsworth, man. Let's give it up for those guys. Make sure to support our sponsors. And that way, you support us, people. All right, what's going on in the comment section today, Chris? Jose, Coordinate Universal. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, put that up there, Chris. Put that up there. Yeah, today I'm just hot, bro. I saw that thing with the dad getting beat up like that. Go ahead. Hotline.
What's going on, bro? It's Big Bad Roger, bro.
Talk to me,
Michelob
Roger.
Ultra.
What you got, brother?
Hey, hold on. Let me close my Let me close my bedroom door. My
As a
daughter's
matter of
running
fact,
amok.
give me a couple one of
Hey.
those, Chris. I got the jitters over here already, bro. Go
Yo,
ahead.
bro, listen. So I'm actually I'm watching allegedly a live thing right now, and it looks like there's a huge ballistic missile attack against Tel Aviv right now.
Well, they had 6
So
hours,
I,
but
you know,
but are you sure that's the one? Because there's a lot of stuff they just replay over and over
I
again.
don't know, bro. That's the thing. It's supposed to be live because I'm watching Al Jazeera. I just can't. So the thing is, like, right now, bro, I really don't know what to believe. It's like there's so much disinformation. Like I was waiting for the shit. That little bullshit attack that Iran did on Qatar, on the American base. That was like before. You know what I mean? It was like
It was a show.
it was like it was a show. It was
It was
just
a
fake.
show. Yeah.
So, and then the other thing too with Trump. See, here's the thing that I don't know what's going on, bro. This
You
is
okay,
the thing
Chris?
that scares me.
Get on in here, Chris. Get on in.
I don't know,
Thank you,
bro,
buddy.
if this guy is just putting on a show or what's happening. But it seems like nothing is really getting it. I don't know. It's all fake, dude.
What to me,
It's like the whole-
I think it's this. Okay, the bunker buster one was a show
Mhm.
to get on the good grace of Israel, because Netanyahu, before even Trump spoke, Netanyahu, oh, you're such a great and brave president, Donald Trump. You are the greatest in the world. This and that. He was stroking him, right? And then soon thereafter, Iran told America, listen, we're going to throw some bombs at you to do a little show. I think they kind of want to stop because for once in history, the bullies got hit, and that's Israel. They've never been hit the way they got hit this last couple of weeks or a week or so. And I think they're finally, their citizens are finally saying, hey, man, we're getting killed over here. They're finally feeling what it feels like to be, getting slaughtered, bro, because look what they did in Gaza. Right now, they can't say anything because people don't believe them. They're talking about you're bombing our hospitals, you have destroyed Gaza. And you say because Hamas is there, there's innocent. You're killing thousands upon thousands of children and women.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So
1000%.
at some point, you can no longer hold that, hey, man, we're innocent people. You're killing thousands of innocent people, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I think the point that that I'm trying to see is like, so if you can't stop these guys, then what's happened? Then what are you as a world power? Like, I don't think, bro, we're like, okay, here's the thing, dude. I don't want to see I want to see so why don't you kick off the economy like you said you were going to do?
Right, for sure.
Why don't you, exactly. If we really are that, kick off the economy, bro, have fucking jobs come in, have this and this, but it doesn't look like we can do that. It looks like we're fucked.
Yeah, right.
It looks like the only thing we have is war.
Yeah, we're back
Honestly,
to that again, bro.
I mean,
that's a scary part.
Look, dude, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I voted for Trump, I believe it, but do you see anything going down? I don't see maybe eggs went down for a little bit. I don't know what the fuck.
What do you mean went down?
Gas is...
Oh, no. Well, eggs may have. Gas has gone down in other parts of the state, but California is just a problem, bro.
So why don't they invest their money in regime change in California? Why do they have to fucking worry about Iraq?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what it is,
well,
right?
Because Israel was the one also pushing for the Iraq war. Netanyahu's on record. You change the regime in Iraq, the whole place will become better. No, you're not gonna change people's ideology. This is how these people live, bro. It's not. It's like going.
No, I hear you, bro.
You know what I mean? It's like going. We're gonna go up north and say we're gonna change the Frisco players. They're not gonna like San Francisco anymore. No, that's their team, bro.
Yeah, bro. Gil, let me tell you something, bro. I don't care who gets in office, bro. I don't think these guys have that much power.
I don't think so either.
This thing is so much deeper. These guys, like, if you look at Don Bongino and that fucking,
oh, yes.
Dude, they look like hostages, bro. Did you see them? And Patel, that guy, when they were asking about the Epstein file, they were like, oh, yeah, we couldn't go. And then the worst thing he did, he went on Joe Rogan and he even asked him, and he was like, he even made himself look worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Like nothing he said. The biggest liars, dude. These guys, they're like middle management at some company.
Remember,
they have no control.
Remember when Putin said all these American presidents come in there thinking one thing, and as soon as they get into office, there's two men with suitcases come in and tell them this is what's going to happen, this is how you're going to run the show. And I think that's what's going on with Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump has been compromised with the Epstein files, and all of a sudden now he's doing everything and anything that's going on out there, bro. And it's a scary world.
I agree with you there. Yeah, because why wouldn't he release the files?
Yeah, for sure.
And why would Elon say, dude, I'm going to tell you one thing. I trust in Elon. And he disappeared all of a sudden. You notice that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think that Elon was gullible. He's a little autistic. He thought he was going to change the world, and then he got into government, and he saw that, bro, you're not going to change nothing, homie.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
You're not going to change nothing, bro. You know, that's it, bro.
Yeah, but
So,
right now it's not looking good in America, bro. But hey, I appreciate the call, Roger.
Later, man.
Thank you, brother. You can take the advertisement now for right now, Chris. But yeah, dude, it's a shame that we're so worried. Like right now, you're trying to take people who do car washes, who do gardening, who do this, but yet you're ready to spend trillions of dollars on a war that has nothing to do with us. Oh, they're gonna come to LA. Oh, they're gonna come to Manhattan. No, that's the same playbook during the buildup for Iraq, bro. And it was all a lie. It was all a lie. But they know people forget. But the good thing now is social media has finally kind of changed the game. Because now you have independent voices out there. Because all the medias right now, before this thing got going, they're all wrapping up the war talk, bro. The drums were hitting. Everybody was in line. If it would have been Biden or Harris in office, they would have said, why are we going to war? What's going on? No, but actually they would have probably been for it as well because it's Israel. Did you see they found a missile under a LA home? They had the bomb squad and all. No, I did not see that one. I didn't see that. Groceries still up. Gas is still up. Facts, bro. I went to go buy some ranchera this week. Oh my God. $14, Chris. But it was so good. Actually, it didn't make any sense. $14 for ranchera preparada, which means it's prepared, the season and everything. And $12 for it not prepared. So I'm paying $2 extra for.
Yeah, that's pretty good. For the marinade.
No, but you're better buying it for $11 to put in your own marinade. That marinade doesn't cost much, bro. It's only
I mean, it depends if you know how to cook. People don't know how to cook. Buy the marinade.
See, people like you, Chris.
No. When I don't have time, I'll do it.
Freddie Flores, Gil, you voted for this guy. Don't backpedal. So if I vote for somebody, it's like this. I don't know if you've ever been any kind of management or any. I ran my own business before, and I've hired people. And I figured out, wait, these guys are full of shit. I fire them. So you tell me if I hire somebody and he's doing a horrible job for the rest of my life, I got to be like, well, I hired him. I got to keep him.
Maybe he's stuck in a bad marriage.
Maybe this guy, right? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work like that, bro.
He's stuck with her.
I am not a cult follower. I never have been. I vote policy. And the policy that's going down under this administration right now is horrible, bro. That's what, when Biden was doing his thing, people would say, Gil, why are you always talking shit about Biden? I said, because he's the president. He who is the president is going to get scrutinized. And right now, the president is Trumpito, bro. Hotline.
American Cholo.
Yes,
like, you know how 10 minutes ago you were saying about Tulsi Gabbard, she said one thing and then she said the other thing?
Yes.
Okay, but you got to listen closely. In the first video that she said 3 months ago, she said the IC. The IC is the international community. That means intelligence from many countries. Now what she said a few days ago, she did not say American intelligence. She said intelligence, implying it was Israeli intelligence. And here's the thing about this Israeli intelligence. It's the same intelligence.
What you're doing is you're just trying to pick. If you hear her statement as a whole, she is telling Congress and everybody they're not doing anything, bro. She is telling them right there and then they are not doing anything. They have let the people go in there, the EU, IU, whatever it is, the what's that stand for, Chris? If you can look it up,
European Union.
No, it's the one that all they do is they go in there and look at people who are working with nuclear product.
Let me check.
And they all said that they're not building it, bro. They're letting the people go in there. So it's ironic that they're letting people go in there. Israel has a nuclear weapons program, and they don't want anybody going in there, bro.
Yes.
Why is that?
Yes, of course. Because they stole the
from
uranium
America.
from the United States.
They sold the uranium to make a bomb. That's insane, bro.
But she said that the intelligence, but that implying Israeli intelligence. You got to remember, due to the Iraq War, they were claiming that it was Israeli intelligence that told us that Iraq.
So, and how did that work out?
So what wasn't for mass destruction?
And how did that work out?
That's what I'm saying. She's telling us the truth without telling us the truth. Because in the new video that she said, she never said American intelligence.
Yeah,
She just said intelligence.
yes, but the thing is, she's forced to lie, and she has no backbone. She should have just said, you know what? No, this is what I said. I stand with this, because that way, if we would have gone to war, she could at least said, listen, I tried to stop you guys. Just like, remember Colin Powell? Colin Powell, they made him go out there and say this cake uranium from Africa and whoop whoop whoop. He resigned soon after that, bro, because he found out this was all a lie. Like, at what point?
I think
Go ahead.
it's better for her to stay because she can still, persuade him with the truth. If she were to just leave, there's no way she can, be in part of the inner circle. So it's a good thing.
But would you, if I had that, I'm gone, bro. I'm like, no, I'm not. By me resigning, will say they're lying to you. Because that's what we voted for. We voted for, remember, clear the swamp. Trump's coming in here. He's the guy that's going to tell you the truth. He's for America, America first. But right now, it's Israel first. It's Israel first.
Well, it's not Israel first. It's Zionism first. Because you need to understand that one of the reasons that this war started in October 7, it came out in the New York Times by 2 Jewish people saying that they had a 50-page book called the Jericho Wall, saying that they knew that this was going to happen. Mossad had intelligence. They wanted this to happen.
Yeah, they wanted another 9/11, bro. So
yeah, October 7. October 7 was already known by the Israelis, and even Egypt told the Israelis 10 days before the attack it was going to happen.
That something was going to happen.
Egypt had to say it because Egypt told Israel because Egypt gets billions of dollars from the United States so they can be friends. So Egypt actually has a peace treaty with Israel. So the Israel knew that this was going to happen. They wanted it to happen because I don't know if you know this. Like months before that, there was even like 100,000 Jewish people protesting Netanyahu.
Yeah. Netanyahu's going to go to prison once the war's over.
No, well, that was going to happen before. So he started this war so he can just be in power. So it's not about Israel. It's not about the Jews. It's about the Zionist party.
No, for sure. When I say Israel, I say Zionist. Yeah, for sure.
The Theodore Herz, he's the guy that made the Zionism, and he was, he did not even believe in God. He was an atheist.
Hey, brother, I appreciate the phone call.
Okay, then bye. I gotta get back to work.
Ponte a jalar, güey. Ponte a jalar. Then we got 50 Cent in the chat. Chris, he came over from New York. That might be 5 nickels or something, bro.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he recited David Chappelle's "Don't Drop the Yellow Cake" parody in Africa. Have we learned nothing, bro? I saw an interview with Carlson and what's his name? Tucker Carlson and Bannon. There you go, Bannon. And he was saying, yeah, this is the exact same play. And he's a super right-wing guy, bro. Super right-wing, where I look at him and say, damn, that's way too far for me. And he's like, it's the same playbook. They're using the same playbook as Iraq. All right. Hotline.
What's cracking?
What's cracking, boy? Who's this? Where you calling from, carnal? Did you pass out on us, bro? Did the intelligence?
Hung up.
Did the intelligence agency get him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be next, man. Hopefully not, bro. Hopefully not. Yeah, so let's get some phone calls coming in, man. I want to hear your guys' take on this. Hey, what do you think about the Dodger thing, Chris?
I think $1 million is chump change.
They gave $7 million to the chips. They gave $1 million to the chumps, homie, and we the chumps.
Y'all need to press a little harder,
right, bro?
Just to get what you deserve.
Well,
the respect. It's really more about the respect and the money.
It's about the respect because you need to get those people to get on your side, bro. Mm-hmm. Do you think that guy can't pick up the phone and call Donald Trump?
No.
Yeah, I bet you he
could.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I bet you. Yeah, I bet you he can say, hey, get Donald Trump on the phone for me, please. Schedule it in a week, whatever it is. And he'll eventually, hey, this is Donnie. What's going on? Somebody who's worth $100 billion, bro.
Oh, yeah.
No.
He's got a direct line.
Yeah, he's got a direct line. And to me, I think if the Dodgers had any real, the real PR, they pay, I'm sure, hundreds of millions of dollars for public relations, right? A company. What they should do is figure out the original families that were in Chavez Ravine, and I think it was 3 small little cities or towns, not even towns. They're just 3 little small sections of Chavez Ravine. Give each family, I don't know, man, $5 million, maybe a statue or a plaque. This was this and that. It might cost them $150 million. Let's say, right? He just gave away $100 million to fire like nothing. $150 million to these families spread apart with the little plaque. The Dodgers will be gods, bro. Beyond. You cannot even say anything. That would make it right all the way through. But the people don't press up because but then again, if I was the guy and I said, these chumps are going to take $1 million, let me write the check here. $1 million to the chumps, the Dodger fans. Cash it, baby. Spend it wherever you want. It's fucking chump change, bro. I beat your Dodger fans. All right, people, call in 747-279-8109. 747-279-8109. How about the guy with the 3 Marine kids, man?
Well, that's jacked up. Someone in the chat said that the news is saying that he came after the agents with a weed whacker.
Well, that's what the agents are saying, but
yeah, four huge ICE agents.
Come on, bro, you got a strap.
Whacker.
Oh, they got
yeah,
with the
right.
weed whacker. No,
Yeah.
bro.
Don't, if you believe that, I gotta.
Hey, man, shout out to the brothers, man, because the brothers, they wouldn't let that happen, Chris. They would not let that happen, bro. For a fact, they would say, "No, we ain't doing this because the brothers are gonna fucking go crazy on us." And well, no. Shout out to Bell, man. I saw Bell do something this last week. Shout out to the city of Bell, man. All the people out there. Hotline.
What up, Gil?
What's going on, brother? Who's this? Where you calling from?
What up? Hey, what's up, Chris?
What's up? How you doing?
Good. Hey, Gil.
Yes, sir.
I think these Dodger fans might as well. I think these Dodger fans might as well just convert into Padre fans.
Nah, D-backs.
Yeah, they'll never, bro. They'll never.
Might as well. Historically, the Dodgers never been for them anyways.
No, they haven't, bro, at all.
And the Padres are closer to the border anyways. So they might as well convert, bro.
Those are the arch rivals right there, bro.
Dang.
Hey, but what do you think? $1 million, bro? As somebody just said, that'll buy you a house in the valley. Yeah, pretty much. That'll just buy you one.
Hey,
and not even a good house. Could be a fixer-upper.
Right.
Latinos are for sale. La raza's for sale.
Hey, fool, they gave $7 million to the chimps. Make it make sense. They gave $7 million to the chimps and gave us $1 million to the chumps, homie, which is us.
That's gotcha, man.
It's gotcha, fool. And the thing is, it's not even about, like, some people will try to, like, say, oh, well, that's a Dodger fans. It's not our beef. But no, that's a slap in the face of every Latino out there, bro. That's just pretty much what they think about you. They think you're so cheap. They think you're just a fucking gardener. We don't have any business sense. And they're going to give you, it's like you call the gardener a wetback, this, and that. And he comes, hey, senor, okay, here's $20 more on your check this week. Instead of paying you $180 for the gardening fees, I'm going to give you $200.
They might as well have just not gave nothing. Just kept quiet and not gave nothing.
Quiero que sepas, güey. But it's kind of, it's working in their favor right now. But hopefully after this, I'm going to clip this out. I'm going to send it out there on the Instagram world. And hopefully they'll gain some traction. And the slogan is going to be, they gave $7 million to the chimps and gave $1 million to the chumps, homie. And then hopefully people will run with it and understand how they're burning us, carnal.
That's right, Gil. Hey, I appreciate you, Gil.
Thank you,
keeping us informed with everything.
That's right. I appreciate you, my man.
All right, later.
Yeah, dude, we're the chumps, Chris. Man, I got so much Dodger gear in my closet, bro. I got the sign right there, but the sign's backwards, people. So anybody saying
upside down?
It's upside down. We're in distress, homie. We're in distress right now, bro. So I'm looking at all my gear, dude. I got at least 20 different shirts, jerseys. This go ahead. Hotline. What's up, fool? Talk to us.
How do people think that the Dodgers are going to get that money to those undocumented people if they're already scared to even?
No, they're gonna.
I mean, who's gonna manage that? How is that gonna work out?
They're gonna send it off to probably some immigration nonprofit places, maybe 100,000 here, 100,000 there. So most of the money's gonna go to attorneys, and then it's gonna.
Yeah, nonprofits take half.
Yeah, off the top, bro. Off the top, they're gonna take that. But that's what I'm saying. If the Dodgers really wanted to make it right, bro, give money to the families of Chavez Ravine. Make some real donations to them, and this shows we're with you, bro. Come on, they've made that money over here. Yeah. They make it time and time again, bro. But the thing is, we don't push up because you'll have our own people. Oh, stop crying. Oh, stop this. But then our own people that say stop crying and say this, they say that about the black people, and then they get upset. Why do the blacks get all this? Because they speak up, bro. Because they speak up. So we should learn from the brothers in that sense. Speak up. Stop letting people telling you you're crying. No, I'm speaking up for our people, and you're giving me $1 million when you gave the chimp 7. Make it make sense. Mark Walters, make it make sense.
Yeah. I don't think we know how to riot like the black people. See, black people know how to riot.
Well, I think that's what it might be, man. So
that's what it is.
I think next week
that's exactly what it is.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna go to that park over there by Chavez Ravine, and Chris is gonna hold some classes as the black man in American Cholo. Chris is gonna show us. All right, boy, this is what you do. Power to the people, and start breaking the car.
Hey, but Cholo,
buddy,
Blacks have had the Watts riots. They've had the Wall Street riot, whatever they call it, the Black Wall Street riots.
Yeah.
They've had the '92 riots. They've had the riots from George Floyd.
Yeah.
So they know how to riot. So because America is people see America different. A lot of people see America as just a big business, right? So when you fuck with commerce, you fuck with America.
Yes.
And I'm excuse my vulgar language. But when you mess with commerce, you mess with America. So by preventing these people from not rioting, which they have, see, a lot of us, either maybe we have a lot more to lose than black people. Most black, I'm not trying to be racist here, but
it's not that at all, because those young kids out there are the same, but we're just different. But you know where I think we should be protesting? I drove by today because they had that big old traffic mess in the 405. We need to protest, and I'm down to go, but now we got to go with American flags, bro. I think a perfect place to protest is Rodeo Drive, bro. Rodeo Drive, go where the money is. And then they have a big, beautiful park in Beverly Hills, bro. You go up down Rodeo Drive. Oh, dude, those people, what's going on over here? Like, yeah, it's coming to your doorstep. Walking up and down downtown LA isn't going to do it, bro. It's just not. Let's go to Rodeo Drive. Go to places where there's money. You go to a place where and then they'll really be spooked.
When you can actually stop a little bit of commerce, and that's when they start worrying about, because the businesses are going to come around and say, hey, you're messing with our business. So do something about it.
We're messing with your business. You're messing with our people. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Saludos to Crescent City, California. Now look at Freddie Flores. He's got a big old teardrop, bro.
That's huge.
Yeah. Let's go. Hotline.
Yo, what's up, bro? It's Rogelio.
Rogelio, twice. Come on, bro. You gotta.
Yo, bro, listen. I want to talk about something important, bro. Yeah. Hey, what happened to West Coast Graffiti?
He got kicked off of YouTube, bro.
Yeah, you know what, bro? Let me tell you something, bro. I had conversations with that guy, bro. I used to call into his show,
right?
And he had a big beef with Charleston White. You know. Hey, did you see that Charleston White beat one of the Island Boys?
Yeah, he saw.
And he won $1 million.
Yeah, he's a punk. The Island Boy got hit, and he quit. Those guys are straight weirdos, but they got paid.
Yo, listen, bro, but this is what I told West Coast Graffiti. I said, freedom of speech, bro. You don't want nobody canceled. He was trying to get CW canceled, and he got. Listen, bro, pobrecito, bro. He bought a little a bike, a fucking tray.
This fool.
Come on, man. He bought a bike, bro. He was trying to do the poor guy right now, bro. You know how pissed he is right now, bro? Come on.
I think he's still on TikTok, bro. That's his new place, bro.
Come on, bro. You know that motherfucker is eating chicharrones, bro, to OD right now, bro. That motherfucker went to the carniceria and he's like, dame 20 libras de carnitas. That motherfucker is so. Come on, bro. You know that hurts, bro.
Shout out to West Coast Graffiti.
You know that hurts, bro.
Graffiti, bro.
Listen, bro. That attention taken off of you, bro. Come on, bro. That motherfucker right now, bro. He's having domestic violence.
Nah. He's good. He's got his little pedal over there. He's chilling. All right,
come on, bro.
We got more callers coming in.
Come on, bro. He's burning that trailer, dog.
Later, Raj. That was his big important message he had to say. Throw shots at West Coast Graffiti. I think he's on TikTok somewhere, bro. It sucks, and it wasn't even his fault. He filmed that guy Neo, I think it is Neo, and his other buddy. Neo's a big time He's a big time vlogger. And I guess the other guy he was with is banned on YouTube, and just because of facial recognition, they killed his channel, bro. Hotline.
Man, how's it going, man?
What's up, Bama? Talk to us, man. You got exactly 1 minute, bro. Look at that. It's a sense of time moving.
I saw a cool little article or like a little clip of there's like a taco spot down in East LA. I think it's on Whittier and Featherly. And these kids took over the business. And if you go there now, like there's like some teenager kids like running the shit because the parents are scared to go like work.
Shit.
Hey, so we gotta talk about some good shit or motivational shit that's happening because that's when people reinvent themselves and I kind of felt good that them little kids they took over and they're running the business, man.
No, that is a good thing, but it sucks that the parents got to be hiding because that's what they're doing. There's guys that I know that right now they're just sheltering at home. It's almost like if they're at war, bro.
Yeah. There's like very little traffic. But the reason I bring it up is because like that lets you know that Latin people will find a way, and then that was kind of like, I guess it's sad, but it's kind of cool, and like it's like they can make a movie out of this shit, man. This is like our Holocaust. This is like our Holocaust, huh?
Right now, that's what's going on in LA. It's not that bad, but but it is ironic that we're fighting for a country, and that's what they always bring up. And right now, we're getting treated like that because of our color. I mean, nothing else. It's not that they're catching people, you know, while they're breaking the law or doing they're just running up on people because of the color of your skin.
Yeah, this is it's like I can't even make this shit up. This is fucking everything down in Figueroa too. Them bitches don't want to come out no more, man.
Don't be going to Figueroa, Bama. Do not be going to Figueroa, bro. You got no business being over there. Cause I don't need to see you getting handcuffed and say Alabama from American Cholo cut up in Figueroa.
I got a real ID and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, but I heard you be going to WeHo, bro. You don't be going to Figueroa. You be going to the WeHo bars, carnal.
Shit. Hey, what's the schedule this week, man? What? Hey, tell us the schedule, man.
We got tomorrow the boys, of course. What's the word on Wednesday? And we might possibly get the Miz here Thursday, Friday, or Monday. I know he's in town. He'll be a good conversation for us as well. And then in 2 weeks, that's when we have that's the one I'm really looking forward to. Chad Bianco running for governor.
Yeah, that's the guy with the porno mustache, huh?
That's the guy with the porno mustache, fool. That's the one, homie.
Hey, are you going to open the light? You ain't going to let me call that day, huh? You ain't going to...
Yeah, I don't know, Bama. I don't know, bro. I don't know if we're going to open up the lines. It might get too crazy with you, bro.
Hey, but I don't care. But if you have like a Jenny 6'9" or somebody, you better call me and let me chill for like 30 minutes if she shows up.
I'm gonna let you sit behind the window over there, bro, and we're gonna charge you $5 a minute, bro. You can rub one off real quick.
Oh God!
Later, Bama.
All right, see you guys.
Later, brother. This fool. Bama's a freakazoid, bro. Yeah. That's what happens once you go with your cousins, bro. There's no going back. You need more, Chris. Jesus. Yeah, that's Big Mokes right there. Oh, man. So, yeah, that's what's going on. America ain't looking too hot right now, Chris.
It's not.
Hotline.
Boy, that's a Gil Cubo.
What's going on, homeboy? Who's this? Where you calling from?
Man, it's Juice from the west side, man. Patrio, dog.
That's right, brother. What's going on with you, my man?
Yeah, so I've called them before, but I figured watch, because I got them Hood Stocks had a live, and he's just some crazy. He's been doing his research too, dog. Due diligence, reading books, and dog.
Nice.
Checking out documentaries, and here's a conclusion that I came to, bro. So I figured I'd share it on here. You know, the more the merrier. Sure. More people get educated. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But here's one thing that I had mentioned on your channel before, and then I kind of brought it up there, but that kind of brought forth this new idea because it reminded me a little bit of kind of what the HAs on the motorcycles there, bro. That I told Lucky that let's say if we had an organized group, but an organized group to make an organized effort to make some noise, obviously not be all ratchet, but make demands and start negotiation and be like, hey, let's get to the bottom of this so we could all find a happy medium. You know what I mean?
Right.
For the people. You know, like whether it's conservatives or lefties juntándose for this movement. Because let's be honest, bro. Like even the lefties that are raza, bro. A lot of them they're more conservative than they like to admit, bro. Because if you tell them, do you agree with all this rainbow stuff? A lot of them are gonna say no, but there's still claim to be left.
Right, of course.
So we could come together for this common goal of what's going on to Raza, but like some 1950 stuff.
Yeah,
but pretty much
I think with immigration, all of us kind of agree the same thing. A lot of times you'll see people bickering and going all over the place, but at the end, when they come back to the message, we're all pretty much on the same page on that.
Yeah, Simon. So the one thing that Lucky brought up, I was like, that's fire, bro. Like I was like, let me put that over here. Was because he mentioned as long as we're not really dressing up all like uniformados, like freaking like the brown berets or like let's say Black Panthers, because and he mentioned one thing, because that could leave room for these guys to find an excuse, since they love to bend the law in their favor, that they could find an excuse to try to infiltrate and try to like drop indictments and stuff. Because y'all, bro, like what they did back then to like the Malcolms and all these other cats, they start putting their life in danger. That way they don't speak out.
Right.
And I say that because that's a high possibility, because we don't have a legacy of leaders like that, bro. Like the only time that might have happened a bit was like with the brown berets in the 60s, but we haven't had any big explosive movements like that in a minute, to where we have any type of political power, like you said, bro. Nothing in Hollywood, nothing really in sports, bro. Like when it comes to American, anything American related, it's always black and white, bro, or chirujo. And never no room for nobody else, bro.
For sure.
But so that's one thing that he did mention, and then it might be better like to have I wouldn't say like chaos, but basically like maybe avoid looking intimidating. Like let's say everybody uniformados, like, and that way they don't try to find an excuse to indict us.
Right.
And then let's say that's the thing that benefited the HAs, bro, is that they said that they try to basically do a pyramid, that they try to take them down with the RICO, like and indictments, like if they were a pyramid. But what saved them was that they were organized but unorganized, in the sense that they weren't all. Everybody had their own rules in every city and chapter. So but they all fall under the same umbrella, but individually. So if we had a bunch of different, like, I guess you could call them cell groups.
Yeah, for sure.
That are not like.
We just need to bring it together, because it's real tough in our community, bro. It is real tough, bro. I mean, people always have their own agendas, and it's very difficult. But I hope, and I am seeing little by little more people seem to be trying to work together, and hopefully that is the case, my man. But you got 10 seconds. What else you got?
Oh no, hey, I'll shoot those 10 seconds to you, because I was gonna tell you what you thought of the idea, and how could you maybe add to make it a little bit more polished, huh?
Okay. I would say that, I tried reaching out to some people. Some have come back, some have not. I think it's just us having an actual conversation with one another, with respectable leaders in all the communities, and we need to leave the ego at the door, and we need to be able to kind of change some of the stuff that we've been doing, because it seems like people are very hard to want to change. Like with me, I say, do the American flags. Oh no, it's well, then to me, it's like, that's just off the top. That's an issue with me. Like, it's not going to work, bro, because I hear the podcast on the right. You know what they call us? Invaders. And until we get the different flag in there, they're going to continue to say invaders. This is politics, bro. But unfortunately, a lot of people just don't want to change on that, because they feel they want to represent that. But this ain't a soccer game. This is a real world life fucking incident that's affecting a lot of Latinos right now. But I appreciate the call, player.
Hey, one more thing, bro, and I'll let you go there.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you, bro, that there's a lot of supporters out there. So one day, if you could organize, bro, if you can have some fools like in the movement that's out in the calles, bro, let us know, because I'm sure there's a lot of people like me that have been following you since you had like a couple hundred followers, and I'll tell you about the video, bro. One of your first ones. When you said you were walking your dog, and the vato thought he thought that your dog was taking the mouse out, but he had cancer, though.
Yeah.
I've been following you since back then, though.
Heck yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Keep it up, G. How's it going?
That's right, brother Lee. That's an old story. Oh man, what do you got? Hotline.
Oh, what's up? How y'all doing over there, bro?
What's going on, my man from Yorktown? What's going on, player?
What's up, man? So, as y'all all know, probably by now, Trump did cease fire between Israel in Iran. So that's a pointer right there. We gotta give point what pointers do. I wasn't with the shit, you know what I mean? I wasn't with it. I was like, what the fuck you doing? But now that you see fire, bro, you kind of, making a valid point. We got to give credit where credit is due. We don't like some shit that's going on. It is what it is.
Yeah, we gotta call it out if you don't like it. If not, that means we're just cult followers, and we not like a lot of us voted that way. We voted for no new wars. We voted for inflation to go down. We voted for a closed border, but at the same time, like with immigration, there's some plumbers at work where I work at, and these are some straight white boys, bro. I mean, straight old school white boys. They fly the Trump flag at their houses. That powerful fucking, and they still to this day. And I was talking to them today, right? And even them, they're like, oh no, bro, this is bullshit. Like, I didn't vote for that. And I said, exactly. I said, listen, we voted for this. And these are straight white boys that could have been like, fuck it, that's what I voted for. No, they're like, no, we didn't vote for that, bro. We voted for, pretty much what you're saying. But what's going on out here in Los Angeles, it's horrible, bro. You got a father with 3 boys who are Marines. I mean, in other words, that's like if somebody's from your hood and you beat up that guy's dad and hey, dude, those are 3 of our homies' dad. That's not right. And that's exactly what's going on with that.
It's not right at all. And we all agree we don't want that shit. We don't like that shit. We don't agree with it. And also waving the flag, right?
Yeah.
Here's a point I'm going to point out to everybody, right? Why is it okay, right, for Israel support to wave the Israeli flag in D.C., right? But then when it's the other way around, it's called an invader. So we got to look at both sides, right? When one side waves their flag, it's all good. It's all good and dandy, right? But then when the Latino or the Spanish speaker waves their flag, we're an invader.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because one has major influence and power in the United States political system. Some may say he even runs the political system. The other one is a stepchild that they don't want to sit there and recognize that is actually a productive citizen in society. Do we have some that are bad? Yeah, who doesn't? But until we get to a position politically, then you can wave whatever flag you want. But in order to get into the game, you got to be dressed appropriately. And appropriately right now isn't waving a foreign flag, at least not to us. We can't get in the game that way.
That is correct. We do have to play the game correctly.
That's just what it is.
And here's another issue too. We also have to come into play. A lot of the politicians that fall into place that are Spanish speakers end up falling into the system and for the money.
Oh yeah.
They start off good. They start off great. Oh, for the community, this and that. But then when they start seeing the money roll in, they forget about the community and they sell everybody out. And I think that's what, like California. California is, I think, the biggest example of being sold out and continuing for voting for the same shit over and over and over again. You had a chance to vote Newsom out. So right now when people complaining about gas about to be $8, don't be mad. You got to be happy. You voted for this man.
Oh, with that one,
you got to stand by him.
Guys, yeah, but like to me, no way, bro. I voted. I went and signed the petition to get him recalled. But you got a lot of young voters out here and just liberal, like some of my nephews, one especially, there's nothing they can do wrong, bro. I'm like, bro, you don't see this? Like what it is? I said, you're young. Wait till you get a little bit older and you move out of your mama's house. Then you can come talk to me right now. But right now, everybody's like, oh, no, Newsom. Because what the boogeyman is, if it's not Newsom, it's Trump. And that's just not true. It's just not, get somebody else.
That's it. That is all. People need to start voting with their pocket. What is going to affect their pocket at the end of the day? Y'all could have had a casino, 3 years ago?
Yep.
When the proposition came up? Y'all would have been making so much money. Like, people don't understand this. Online gambling would have been so good for the economy in California.
That was the Vegas lobbyist who sat there and pretty much pumped all the money to say, no, you don't want that in your community. You don't want that because they're going to, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. People are gambling anyways. Might as well tax them and make some money out of it, bro.
Bookies.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is why I enjoy your show. You throw out the message and you give the community the voice to speak and call in and tell people like, yo, let your family members know what's really going on.
Facts, bro.
Because as a team, we can make so much shit happen.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's hard, man. It's so hard. And I don't understand how to break it down to individuals sometimes because it's like, yo, as a community, we are strong. we could stand together. But then one little thing would throw both sides off, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like right now, people, and now I don't hear it as much or see it as much. People will sit there, oh, you voted for you. I said, listen, me voting for that actually gives me more credibility because now I can say, no, I don't like this, bro. I don't like that. Because when somebody who didn't vote for this, they were like, oh, you were never on the team anyways. Like somebody said, oh, you flipped on Trump. I said, I didn't flip on Trump. I've stayed the same way all the way through, brother. Just like a lot of people who voted for him. Even, you know, you got conservative people like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, all these guys. They're like, wait a minute. We didn't vote for war. We didn't vote for this. But unfortunately, they are on the immigration side still thinking it's okay because there hasn't been, and hopefully I'm going to get on a certain platform here pretty soon that we can speak our piece because there hasn't been any real message from any Latino anywhere to saying what we really want, what's going on. All you get from anybody you interview out there is F-ICE, F-this, and I get that. I get the hatred, but you got to give them a message. Hey, bro, we're all for a closed border. We're all for deporting criminals, but we did not sign up for these. These are people's parents. Their sons are Marines. Like, you got to put it where they can relate to it and say, that could be Billy Joe. That could be Kevin. That could be this. That could be your nephew. That could be your cousin. But you see it as somebody else. But it's coming to a town near you because if the feds start doing that over here, eventually the feds will do whatever they want, bro. Any major power in world history, the more freedom you give them to attack the people, the more they're going to keep attacking the people.
That is correct. So we just have to start educating ourselves like everybody else and stop trying to be influenced by the American community and start embracing our own Spanish heritage.
That's right.
That's another thing because we're becoming American washed. And we're losing. It don't matter if you don't speak the language, right? Let's not even bring up, oh, you don't speak Spanish.
Right.
Let's just bring up just holding the culture alive.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And not letting that go away.
Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. Hey, brother, I appreciate the phone call, brother.
All right, man. Y'all take care. And thank you for hearing us all out.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for calling and expressing your opinions out here.
All right, man. Bless.
All right, we got a super chat, $4.99 super chat, Enrique Ledesma. Hope this helps keep the lights on. Unity through open dialogue. Dignity for all. Keep the platform going. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. So it's about we are an independent, news source, bro. We're independent, coming at you, giving our take, at least my take, and then the other guys when they come here. But I leave the phone lines open, bro. So, but it's funny that the guys who will talk the most crap on the comment sections will be the least ones to call. Why don't they call, Chris? Why don't they call? Are they scared, Chris? The guys who want to talk crap on the line right now in the comment sections, but like this is what I voted for. But I got a few on IG I'm gonna put on blast, bro. It's just sad when people say, ha, like come on, bro. Why? Because it's not happening to them, bro. But how they say it in Spanish, la lengua castiga. Let's go ahead and play our 1 minute clip. And shout out to SoCal Tattoos and Rockstar Plumbing. Let's pay some bills. Let's get it. 913, that's New York, ain't it? Hotline.
And what's up, bro?
What's it? Who's this? Who you calling from?
This fighter from Kansas City.
Fighter from Kansas City. What's going on, my man? Talk to us.
You like that flea flicker Trump pulled on?
The which one?
That flea flicker Trump pulled out.
Had
everybody thinking we was about to go to war. Had everybody thinking we was about to go to war.
Oh, well, absolutely. Nobody can not think that. But I you know what I personally believe? I personally believe that Israel got shook. That's what I believe, bro.
Yeah.
Because Israel, remember, no ceasefires, no this. Remember with Gaza, they didn't want a ceasefire. Why? Because they're beating the crap out of them. So if Israel was beating the crap out of Iran right now and none of those missiles from Iran were going through, they would not call for a ceasefire. They'll say, we're going to keep going, bro. But it seems like, Israel finally got a bloody nose. They finally felt what it is to get hurt. And now all of a sudden, oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. Ceasefire.
Do you watch Dave Smith? You know Dave Smith?
I'm not sure. I watch a bunch of them, but I don't know. I'm not.
He jumped off. He kind of jumped off the Trump train because he thought Trump was about to go to war right now. But I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting to see what he's going to talk about next.
No, but even that, he shouldn't have dropped those bombs over there, bro. Because listen, it's a ceasefire, right? But the war there is never going to end. It's never going to end. Those are wars that are for timeless. Just like we went into Iraq. Has that changed? Yeah, they're religious wars. Afghanistan, the what's the name, have it again. So let me ask you this: like for people who are, we should go. Has Afghanistan, we going there? Has that made a safer place for us? No, Afghanistan even took up most of our weapons we left behind. Yeah, Iraq, it's made it a worse place. We always talk about, but we need to make freedom. We need to put democracy around the world. We got Cuba. Why don't we go to Cuba? Because Cuba's got the weapon, bro. Cuba's right down the street from us.
It's funny how Christians feel like we have to support Israel and back up Israel, the Jews, but the Jews look at Christians like a joke, they think the Christian religion is a joke.
Yeah, they do not believe in Jesus whatsoever. If you really talk to them, they're like, Jesus, nobody. And I've heard that myself in person from people telling me that.
But we're protecting them politically and religiously.
What was that?
And they're just laughing at us. I said we protect them.
Oh yeah,
politically, militarily, and religiously.
I was watching a Candace Owens piece she was doing, and because she went down this rabbit hole major, right? And she's like, well, what happened was, I forgot the guy who wrote the book when the Zionist movement was coming up, and this is all by design, bro. They said, we're gonna come in here, we're gonna push this on people that that way, in other words, they're using the American people, the American might, to run whatever they want, bro. Because think about it. Any other country doing what they do around the world, dude, America would be like, no, you guys are doing genocide. You guys are doing war crimes. Look what they've done to Gaza. How can you excuse that? How can you sit there and say, oh, well, they're hiding here? So go in there and get them. They have literally carpet bombed that whole place. We're talking about miles and miles of places. They have murdered innocent people. And they're just saying, oh, well, that's a part of war. But then when the bombs start dropping on their side, you have Netanyahu in front of the hospital saying, look, this is the kind of stuff they do. And I'm like, are you not watching the hypocrisy? And that's the thing. They don't.
Israel has nuclear weapons, but they don't want to declare them.
Yeah, and the crazy part is they stole the uranium from the United States. What's his name? JFK said that they were not going to fund them anymore until they let people go in there and start seeing what they're building and all that good stuff. And JFK found himself croaked about a year later, bro. And all this time they're saying, you shouldn't have nuclear, you shouldn't have this. Well, why can't we see your nuclear arsenal? Make it make sense, bro. And all these
they got them though. What you think they got them?
Oh, 100%. But they got them. You know who else?
But they don't want to say they got them.
You know who else got them? Cuba has them. If Cuba did not have that kind of weapon, we would have gone in there already, bro. If you notice, this is what it is for people around the world or people who are watching right now, right? Having a nuclear weapon is like being the first gangs who have guns. When gangs did not have any guns. And anybody who has a gun, all of a sudden, whoa, be careful, fool. They're strapped. You can't just go in there.
And if there's only one person with a gun, then he got full control over everybody. When the United States was the only one.
He's the most dangerous guy in town.
As soon as there's more than one country with nuclear bombs, then now nobody can use them no more.
You never hear anything about we should go invade Pakistan, regime change, because they got the bomb. You never hear anything about India. They got the bomb. North Korea has threatened us, has dropped bombs all over there because they said Iran has said death to America. They all say death to America. That's just like having a hater. Because I have a hater, I get to go shoot him and kill him. No, bro. As long as they haven't crossed the borders and attacked you, they could say whatever they want. It don't mean nothing.
North Korea was about to give Iran bombs.
Yeah. North Korea said they'll give him a warhead, bro. It was getting real serious, and I think that's what it is. Think about it. If they won't do a ceasefire in Gaza, do you think Gaza is really more of a threat than Iran to Israel? Absolutely not. Iran is the bigger threat. But I'm going to ceasefire with Iran? But I thought a week ago or 2 days ago, Netanyahu saying they're the biggest threat. They're going to bomb Manhattan. They're going to bomb LA. America, you need to come for us. And all of a sudden, okay.
He's been saying that shit for 25 years.
Now all of a sudden it's a ceasefire. Well, why don't you do a ceasefire with Gaza? Yeah. They don't have the capability to do 1% of what Iran's been doing to you. But this is the political world we live in right now.
I feel like they let that shit happen on October 7th.
Yeah, it's just crazy how they have such a tight tight security.
Yeah.
And that went on for like an hour and a half before any military went in
Yeah.
there. And it's a small town, bro. It's not like it's like California of one end to another. No, it's a small place.
Yeah, they knew about that. They probably. That's how they get. That's how people get into wars.
Yeah, that's how
They wanted to get into war, so they got to let shit like that happen.
That's how they get into crazy stuff. Hey, my man, I appreciate the phone call though.
Hey, bro, I've been watching for a long time, man. Even when you was flying the Ukraine flag.
That's right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
All that flag about to.
That's right.
Tomorrow. All right, later, homie.
Yeah, we got some old time callers. That's right. Don't be scared to call in, people. Don't be scared to call in, man. Don't be scared to call in. 747-279-8109. They get scared, Chris. They get scared.
Should we run the commercial?
Mm-hmm. Perfect time. Help keep the lights on in here. All right, people. We need your support. This channel exists because you believe in our stories. We're not funded by big corporations. We're not bought by special interests. We're independent for the people, by the people. And we're here to speak the truth of our communities across the country. Every story we bring to you about injustices, about our culture, about what's really going on in our neighborhood is powered by us and hopefully now by you. We're asking every single viewer who values what we're doing here to help us stay independent. If just a few of you would donate $2 to $5, it'll make a huge difference. It's easy. You could send support through Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle. Your donation doesn't just keep the lights on, it keeps our voices strong. We're not just another YouTube channel. We're your news, we're your platform, we're your movement. So if you rock with us, if you believe in independent Latino media, drop $2, $3, or $5 today. Thank you so much for watching, supporting, and standing with us. We're just getting started. Let's grow together. Hotline.
What's the dealio? What's the dealio, carnal?
I heard you flew to Iran and you brokered a ceasefire deal, bro.
Ya sabes, carnal, I had to tell that vato, chale con este jale, you know what I'm saying? We cholos down for the cause, not for the laws. And we got the indigenous brother in the 1-2s and the controllers, you know what I'm saying? We got the brothers in the raza holding it down for the crown, for the brown, ya sabes.
What's up, Kimo?
We had to send Swifty over there to check.
No.
Yeah, let me pull back.
He's over there in the bunker with what's the name, with Ayatollah, whatever his name is.
Hey, that fool told Capone, hey, let me get down with the clan and say.
What's going on, Kimo? What do you think about all this craziness, bro?
Salute, Chris. Salute, Gil, man. You know what? We just gotta hold it down for the brown, carnal. All this is about money.
Yep.
What I was doing, the little digging and diving, that supposedly they already knew that they were gonna bomb this shit because remember that they bombed last time and they killed those people. What was it, Afghanistan or some shit?
Well, they killed the generals over in Iran, or which one are you talking about?
No. Remember when they bombed first and Trump was like, remember he did that interview that they bombed them and then told them, well, you're lucky we didn't bomb you, but we just did it so y'all know that, you know, we're capable.
No, yeah, they did it just like, well, Iran did the same thing to Israel maybe like about 4 months ago.
That's the one.
Yeah, and they told them, hey, we're sending you these, and they let them know. So they did the same thing with Trump right now. They sent those there. Yeah. They warned them. That way they knew. That way they wouldn't hit something. It's pretty much what they did with Israel. So in other words, if we want to hit you, fool, we can hit you. I'm sending you the cheap missiles. But if they wanted to, they could have done the same exact thing they did with Israel. They kind of already, it's like a video game, bro. And they already know the playbook. We send a bunch of small ones, and then we send a few ballistics. Out of 5 ballistics, 1 or 2 will get in.
I think what they're trying to do is like, see, look, you fuck with Biden. That's what y'all got. Y'all got some of our soldiers bombed and killed and stuff. So what we're gonna do, let's just make it look pretty.
Yes.
Because what I heard that there was days already that they were already evacuated in that bunker.
Yeah, for sure. They've said those bunkers have been empty for a long time, bro. And I think also what the rest of the like America and Israel are seeing, they're seeing that Russia was stepping up. China was stepping up. North Korea told them, "Hey, we give you warhead. You guys do what you want."
Yeah, but you know what's crazy too? You know, in one of the interviews, I don't know what fucking interview he was at, but Putin said, you know, Israel is not even a pure country. You know, there's people from Russia that are there too. You know that, right?
No, I didn't see that one. I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there's everything over there, bro.
No. What I'm saying is that, you know how everybody's, Israel this, Israel that. Well, just do the research people that fled to Israel, Russians, dude, you name it, all kinds of people, dude. They're all in Israel. So they're saying that's why they're saying that Israel is not pure, because Israel is a bunch of immigrants that left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's Israelites, but they're saying that's why that they're having second thoughts about Netanyahu, because like, who is he? He's not even from Israel. He's from fucking Budapest or some shit.
The majority of them are. The majority of them are Europeans. They're from Poland. They just changed their names. Like even Netanyahu's, that's not his real name. I know a lot of people from there. That's not their real name. It's like they came from Europe and just made them into Middle Eastern names. Because you can look at them. They're not Middle Eastern.
Hey, so what's up? Can we Cholos go to Israel too? Get blessed or
yeah, they're gonna bless you, all right, bro. They're gonna bless you, all right. They're gonna fucking.
Hey, we gotta check it with Capone, carnal.
Oh, hell no, they're enemigos. That's Pakistan, fool. They're enemigos.
I know, right? Hey, so what's up? I heard Jenny 69 tapped in with Chapo. Oh shit.
No, she just came out and said that was a lie, bro.
Oh no, shit.
I just saw some reel that somebody said no, she was lying, this and that. Yeah. Well, nah, she ain't tapping in with. She's probably tapping in with Chapo from Compton Chapo, but not the real Chapo, homeboy.
Right. Yeah. Hey, so what's gonna happen, dog? We're still gonna get Gavin Newsom for the president? Or?
No, I mean, shit. Wait, no.
Why not, carnal? Hey, he's gonna bring the Dodgers to the White House.
Yeah. Hey. So what do you think about that, Chemo? The Dodgers gave the Chimps $7 million, and they gave the Chumps us $1 million, bro. What do you think about that?
Hey, carnal, you know what they should have done? They didn't so much care about the Dodgers and the Dodgers, all the money that's been made by the Raza, the Cholos, people that's been following the LA Dodgers. Man, they could have given back They could have given back money to the land that they took
That's
from.
What
you know
we're
what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro.
Off the top, carnal. Plain and simple, bro.
Yeah,
like
my grandma's from there, bro. My great grandma is from the Chavez Ravine.
Yeah, you know. Pinche vato gacho, you're fucked up, way. Hey, Chris, what's wrong with him, man? He's over here dogging and shit.
Hey, trying to get a check.
No, Chris is Michael.
Oops, I was gonna say trying to get a check.
Like, I'm out of that one. I'm out of that one.
Chemo, you need to fly down here though, dude. In 2 weeks, Chris is gonna give us a class on how to write, fool. Because our writing skills are not good, bro.
Where we're gonna go to Skid Row, go high?
No, we're gonna go there to Chavez Ravine, the park. Chris gonna say, "That's what you do, man. You get the car, you you say, fuck this bitch. King Kong ain't got nothing on me."
Hey, they're gonna throw the fucker. Get these motherfuckers up out of here.
Yeah,
we're gonna get fogged out, dude.
All right, Keyboy, man. I appreciate the call.
Hey, salute, man, and shout out to the homie, dog. You know, it's fucked up how he got caught up, man. But hey, man, that's fucked up. You know, when you're in the music industry and somebody don't like you, man, that's fucked up. Much respect, but hey, homie, sometimes you gotta know your place, carnal.
That's right, man. Thank you, brother. Late.
Salute, Chris, Gills.
East, West. Appreciate that. You gave $2. She said she gave 50 cents. She got $2. That's all that helps, man. We have enough subscribers that could really help this thing go along, keep the lights on, and actually eventually do some like real journalism out there, bro. Hotline.
Please don't let Bama call in when Chow Bam goes in there. Please.
Oh no, I'm not. We're not, bro. We're not. Hey, Trappy Uncle, when are you gonna get Johnny 6'9" from Riverside in there?
Nah, just kidding, man. Bama's cool as hell. Hey, what's up, Gillis Jacob? How you doing?
What's up, Jacob? We're good, brother. Talk to us.
I see Bama call in. He always lights up my day every time he calls in.
For
have a good one, you know.
For sure, bro.
Hey, how you doing, Chris? I don't mean no disrespect, Chris. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Life's good.
No, I mean I'm hearing the guys' conversation about like the whole, obviously everything that's been going on right with the immigration and stuff like that. But there's a lot of videos, a lot of fake videos out there too, Gil. They're using old videos of takeovers and they're using it like if they're happening right now with the rage and it's not true.
Oh no, I've seen that. You go to YouTube and it's showing live videos and it's videos from like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they're gaming the system.
Yeah. They're just trying to get views because people are clicking on and watching it, bro. And same thing with the rockets being fired. It's a bunch of old ones just rebooted and they're trying to make some money off of it, I guess.
Yeah, I know. But you know what's crazy about the whole thing now that the U.S. and everything with the whole Iran thing, I like. There's little stories here and there, rumors, but they're not really saying nothing like Russia, North Korea, China, like all these big countries they talked about like backing up their allies.
They're not saying nothing, bro. I don't think the U.S. is too powerful, bro.
Oh no,
I don't think
you're mistaken, bro. You're not watching it. No, they've had meetings. I've seen them. It's just it's all translated, and they even spoke.
Really?
They even spoke at the UN. The Russians are saying, dude, this is you bombed a country that didn't provoke you, hasn't done any military aggression towards you, and it's true. That's the beauty of America. America just says, I don't like you, I bomb you. And if the UN has a problem with it, too bad, bro. And that's just been our policy for since America has started, bro. We're the big dogs, but this time around, I do believe that they kind of got a little spooked, because if not, why would Israel stop? Because the missiles are getting through over there. That's why they stopped. If the missiles were not getting through in Israel, they wouldn't have stopped, bro. They would have kept going. They would have said, wait, what, you're firing at us? So right now, what's going to happen in the ceasefire, Israel's rebooting their whole system and saying, how do we stop it? And right now, Iran's racking up more weapons too. And I'm sure Iran's going to bring in something heavy from one of these other countries, bro. I guarantee you they're going to have to, because the other countries are like, okay, we give it to you. Here you go. See what you want to do with it. And to me, hopefully nothing ever happens, bro, because if you look at it, I think in Iran's history, you could Google search this, Chris. When was the last time Iran's actually went to war with another country? And I think it's been over 200 years, bro. Yeah, they talk a good one, but they ain't doing shit, bro. So it's like, who cares? They can say what they want all day long, bro. It's like we're always getting our nose in there, and that's why those people don't like us.
You know what's crazy about it too? Before 1979, Iran was one of the biggest allies with the United States before it got thrown off. You know, and that's a history that I think a lot of people don't see, that because Iran had the Western culture.
Yeah,
like
but
the US.
that's when they had I think it was the prince, but that was after they changed the regime.
Yeah, you're right.
They changed the regime from the other Mohammed guy who wanted to nationalize oil. In other words, give the oil to the people. But British Petroleum, which was a different company at that time, said, no, you're not doing that. So what do? We get rid of you. You're not a good president. And then they brought this guy in. Exactly. But this guy was just a puppet. So every time they change regime, it's just, we want to put a new puppet in there. You think about it. That one, same thing with Hussein. Same thing with Bin Laden. All these guys we have put into power. We have trained them, and then they just kind of say, "Wait a minute, you guys are using us," and then we start wars with them, and then they're the boogeyman.
Yeah.
But I personally,
I know, man. It's kind of scary though, to be honest. I know we got the raids and all that going on. You know, I don't really touch that subject because I know many people are going to disagree with me when I think about it. But the whole Middle East thing going on right now, it could really set something off, and that's the most scary part.
Yeah, definitely.
To be
could,
honest,
brother. It definitely could, my man.
You never know.
Hey, appreciate the phone call.
All right, well, you guys have a good one, man. I'll talk to you guys again.
You too, brother. Late. What you got, Chris?
So the last time Iran was in a war was actually with Iraq. Between 1980 and 1988, there was a war called the Iran-Iraq War.
Who started that war?
Iraq invaded Iran in September 1980.
There you go. So
they were defending themselves.
Yeah, but I think as far as them starting a war, I think it's been a very, very, very long time, bro. They're just that neighbor that talks a lot of shit, but they ain't coming out, bro. They're just doing their own thing, and that's it. And the thing is, if we're so worried about, and I hear that, no, it's because freedom, it's because democracy. Why do we do so much business with China?
We have to.
But China is the most powerful communist country in the world with some of the worst humanitarian crimes. But China, we're okay. We talk all this crap about Cuba. Cuba's this little nothing. To me, it's like open up the doors to Cuba. To me, I thought it was a good thing Obama did, opening up the doors, and Trump came in here, shut the doors down again. It's like, dude, get over it already. That's just how they live. You're not gonna change it. You're not gonna change the regime. But if you were to open up not just lines of communication, but open up trading, that would make their people a little more wealthy, and they will become more and more westernized. They're right down the street from us, bro, which eventually will start raising kids who are a little more westernized, which eventually, hopefully one of these kids will get into power and say, hey, you know what? This dictator thing, that's not really working.
Yeah.
But America is just, they're bullheaded a lot of times, bro. And maybe it's just maybe it's the Cubans in Florida. I don't know, bro. They're the ones that don't want it. I don't get it. Let's see what we got in there. Cuba needs to conform or be left out. Yeah, JW, you're the kind of guy we need in power, dude. JW needs to be left out, bro. Hey, after all these years, you think Cuba's really gonna conform all of a sudden? No, bro. The people in power in Cuba are not starving. They got nice palaces, I'm sure. I'm sure they live very well, right? I'm sure everything's hunky dory. If that's the case, JW, then why don't you say that about China? Oh, because you bought your TV from there. Oh, because you got your phone from there. So in other words, your morals and values you sell out as long as you can get cheap products, right? But other than that, oh no, we have to stand by our morals. They are not a democratic company or a state. We cannot help them. Oh, but China, but they sell us cheap TVs. Hotline. Hey, wasn't the Iron Sheik from Iran? He was, bro. hey, the Iron Sheik was. Have you ever seen that? You guys gotta watch that
The
documentary,
wrestler, right?
Iron Sheik, dude. Excellent, bro. Excellent. The Iron Sheik was the man. It was with him, and he had the other Russian buddy. And that was a perfect time. The Iron Sheik helped make WW back then was WWF against the Hulkster, bro. It was a perfect combination. He would say "Death to America" all the time. Shit. What you got? From now 3, it went up from current missiles. What are you talking about, Anthony? What missiles are being shot, homeboy? Let's see what missiles. Let's see if we got any real live missiles being shot right now, or is it Trump announces? Everybody announces ceasefire. I don't see anything there. Let me see if we got any missiles. Any missiles being dropped? Iran, Israel. Everybody says live. Well, it can't be daytime over there. No, these are old. I've seen these already, bro. Yeah, I'm not sure. Which one you're talking about. 8 casualties, 3 casualties. Let me know. Yeah. When they unalive you and said you want, I don't know who this guy's up. Gil, if we go to war, will that mess up the economy or? Oh yes. War is not good for anybody, bro. War is not good for anybody. It'll make money for the war industrial complex, but as far as us, no. The stock markets will start crashing because nobody wants to invest. Oil, they were about to close. What is it? Look it up, Chris. Look up the Iran's. What is it? The port of Hairud or Hired? It's where the Hormuz. That's the one, bro. They had Iran's government had already okayed that they were going to close it. So if this ceasefire wouldn't happen, they were going to close that waterway right there, and it was up to the who's the guy in charge? The great emperor. They call him the great something. He would have been the one to give the go ahead. So that would have. I think 20% of the world's oil comes from there. So that would have meant our prices would have started going through the roof, brother. Ivan Vaquero, what's up, American Cholo? Greetings from Inglewood. That's what's going on, homeboy. California still has a lot of petroleum. Nah, California is going crazy, bro. Is it the Strait? Not port. The Strait of Hairud. Yeah, that's the one, brother. CJW is actually giving us some good information finally, homie. Let's see. Albert Einstein noted mankind invented the atomic bomb, but no mouse would ever construct a mouse trap. I don't know if he really said that, but that's actually a pretty damn good quote to it. I think he regretted being part of that, making the atomic bomb, bro. Because now it is the great stuff that we're over here waiting for somebody to drop. Ugh. Good stuff recently, AC. Hey, I appreciate you, Alejandro. The Strait of Hormuz. The gas prices would have tripled overnight. China and Russia don't want that to close. Yeah, that's where China gets, I think, 80% of their oil. So you don't think China would have been pissed if that would have happened? Everybody, bro. These kind of wars or conflicts affect everybody. But the thing is, when people don't keep informed, I know most people don't have time to watch the news or don't like watching the news. You'd rather see some girl fucking jiggling her butt on IG or something, bro. But let's keep it 100, Chris.
You talking about Alabama Mexican again? I hate to see what his feed looks like, bro.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. The stock market, right? His is the boop market, bro. The boop market. Yeah, me, I'm a junkie for news, bro. And I try to break it down and explain it to everybody so they can understand it, because of a lot of times, like even my wife said, well, what's regime? When they say regime change, regime It's just the ones who are running the hood. And, you know, our regime right now would be Donald Trump and everybody else under his cabinet. So it would be like, I want to get rid of the regime. It would be like another country coming over here, bombing America, and they saying, we want Donald Trump out of office. We would be like, who are you, bro? And that's what America does. America goes around the world and says, we want this guy out of office. We want this. We want that, you know, and that's what regime. Regime just means pretty much, what is the actual definition of regime, Chris? Let's look at that. Let's try to even educate ourselves, man. No speaking ill of the Dodgers. Ah, man, you one of those guys, brother. Look at the beginning of the video, bro. The Dodgers gave the chimps $7 million, and they gave the chumps, which is you and I, $1 million, brother. So who's the man, carnal?
All right, I got our word of the day.
Guy, let's go. Regime.
Regime, officially from the Oxford Dictionary. Here, let me get in the mic.
Yeah, let's get sexy with it.
So the first definition, it says a government, especially an authoritarian one. The second one is a system or planned way of doing things, especially one imposed from above.
Okay, there you go. You guys have learned the word of the day. All right, Chris, so it's already 1:30. It's our time to go. I want to sit here and thank you guys for tapping in, supporting the channel, supporting the movement, supporting independent news media, because that's what we are. We're reporting the news as we know it, and as you know, with our opinions, without having to worry about somebody canceling us or saying, hey Gil, you can't say this, hey Gil, you can't say that. If they can run up on elderly men who have 3 sons in the Marines, you're not gonna tell me what I can or cannot say, brother. That is the beauty of America, and that is the beauty of our system, that we can at least criticize and try to organize to change things we don't like. With that being said, people, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 6:37. We'll see you on Wednesday at 6:30. And other than that, appreciate you guys. All praise to God, and God bless you guys, and we're out.